Looky what we have here, boys. It's off the jack stands. That's not something you see with any project. Nah, but I had the day off, so I went ahead and got under there, whipped everything up. The torque arms bolted up. I got the throttle cable hooked up too. That works now. Here, I'll show you all that. Got the shifter hooked up. I had to find a nut for it to screw the actual bracket on to the transmission itself. Found one of those in my little nut box over there. But now we are dialed. Almost. Everything works under there now. Everything's bolted up. I switched out the rear torque arm bolts with the longer ones from UMI. Got those swapped out. I still have to make that brake line piece, but other than that, that's the brake line, the engine management system, radiator, fuel, and transmission lines, and we should be set. Oh, drive shaft too. So I got to measure for that now that it's all sitting and everything. So I'm gonna get with my buddy about that because he knows how to do it better than me, or like the right way, I guess. So, but yeah, I make that last little brake line piece that goes from there to there. I keep having trouble with the fittings on it. They just don't, none of them want to fit right. So what I'm about to do is take the car, pull it back to where it used to be, next to the S10, and probably the weekend after this, it's Sunday now, the next Sunday, for the Super Bowl and everything, I'm gonna have this little pad open so I can put my grill on it and have my friends over and do all that. But yeah, I'm so happy to see this car on all four wheels again. I'm having trouble with this rear wheel. I guess it really doesn't matter. Well, it does now, but it's like it won't seat all the way to the hub, or to the brake rotor with these wheels. These are Corvette wheels, obviously, but I don't know. I'm going to get different wheels anyways, but now I have to fix the brakes anyways, because I'm sure they don't work. I'm sure they're all locked up. But I gotta take the rotor off and all that and change the stud. One was already broke off. That one is now stripped because I was trying to get it to mash all the way down, and it looks like it's willing to go all the way now. It's on the ground. I think that bump stop, yeah, oh shit, yeah, I'd say the bump stop was getting it pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna try to just take that off. I guess I'll take it off, try to bend all that shit in so I can get the wheel on next time. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now, but oh well. I don't plan on this rear end lasting that long anyways. But before I bring it to the spot, I'm about to bring this car back a little bit and get it close enough to the house so that I can wash it. So I'm gonna get it washed. I'll put the seat back in it. Oh, on that, the front end of the torque arm bracing or whatever, because I drilled out the threaded nuts that are, or the threaded holes that are already in the bottom of the car, I didn't realize how thin that bracket was, like how narrow it was to the bottom of the car itself. So where I drilled all the way up and through the car, through the floor of the car, I can see it. My plan is take a bigger drill bit and drill down, but not all the way through the bracket, just drill through the floor of the car, so I can stick a socket and extension through there to tighten up that last bolt. Lines up and everything, I just couldn't get to it because of how narrow it was. I can't even stick a wrench in there. So I'm just using the threaded holes as regular holes now. It's all bolted up, it's all tight. Transmission mount's tight, transmission cross member's tight, shifter bracket's tight, throttle cable's tight. I gotta tighten it up on the throttle body itself. The rear bolts are tight all the way through and through on the whole situation. Checked all of those. I'm gonna check the steering column one more time. I gotta tighten up the strut towers over here. So I got, this one's tight. That one is a little bit of a loose one, loose hue, but yeah. And I think what I'm gonna do with the interior is end up just stripping it all out and making it a full-blown race car for a little while. Or I may just, because the back seats don't fucking, they just back there. They don't sit, they don't lock, they don't do nothing. They all fucked up. Probably gonna take them out and just keep the front two. But I'm gonna give it a bath, and then that's probably all I'm gonna do today for the car. But I'm probably gonna clean the interior out and get it all kind of nice and neat. Stack the parts up in the back. I don't know, but oh, there's the water pump. I was looking on my parts shelf in there, and all I saw was truck water pumps. But cool. I was about to order one too, unless I already did. I can't remember. But yeah. So I also need to make sure that I have the right injectors for that engine management system. I'll have to end up buying the adapter harnesses or whatever. They're not that much. Buy 8 of those. But yeah, I'm about to go get this thing cleaned up, give me a little bit more motivation on this car, and that'll be it. I'll probably show the car after it's cleaned or whatever, because it's so filthy right now. But I'm ready to get it out from under this tree too. So, all right, yeah, I think after the grilling situation, whenever I do that next Sunday, I think this right here is going to be on that slab. I'm gonna end up getting maybe not. There's not enough room over there to put that engine hoist and try to pull the engine out and move it around and everything. I'll probably just do it right here. I'm gonna pull the engine out of this, engine and transmission, whatever it's got. I think he said it was a 700 R4 or something. I think I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, pull the engine out of it, post it on Facebook, try to sell it with the transmission and everything. And then I think the next big ticket item that I'm gonna purchase is probably gonna be the K member and everything for this car. For this truck. But do that. I'm going with Holly on this one for sure. 100%. Going with Holly on that one. So I want this truck to be immaculate. Like, runs good. It's not gonna look good, obviously, because this looks cool as fuck. But yeah, I want it to just be a good truck. And I know there's things on Holly that seem to mess up too. I've been reading in forums, but yeah, I think this is gonna be a badass truck. Once it's all said and done, I'd probably make a lot of money with those accessories, all those billet pulleys and alternator brackets and power steering pump brackets. Probably make a couple hundred off of those. Clean them up. The ICT one seems to be pretty good, along with the power steering pump bracket, but the water pump pulley, it's like kind of corroded. It's got all that junk on it. I guess it wasn't. Oh, it's also not bolted on there. Is it? I know this thing's not holding it on, is it? Oh no. Yeah. Check that out. I didn't even notice that. Huh. Oh. There we go. Good as new. Yeah, I don't see me wasting time on this 350. I'll build another one later on. I'm not doing that now. I want to put an LS in this one. This one's just too cool looking not to have an LS in it. With twin turbos. That's what the plan is, at least. I think it's going to be a really cool truck. I'll probably sell that shifter out of it. And, nope, not the dash, not the dash. Those dashes are expensive. I'll probably whenever I like actually start racing these things, this is all premeditated statements that I'm making. I'm just talking out my ass, kind of just imagining everything. But I think after I have a cage in it and everything, I'll probably get a fiberglass dash and all that just to make it look good, not really for lightweight purposes, because it's still just a steel body truck. The K member, yeah, you just cut like, I think you cut like 16 or 17 inches off the front of the frame, and that's it. But I also gotta have somebody who knows how to weld, or either a welding machine here, and I don't have like a 220 plug hanging around anywhere, or wired up, I should say. We had to have one wired up to put our stove in, but that was inside. But from what I'm being told is, as I can't use a 110 MIG welding machine to do this, because it's not going to be hot enough or something. I don't know. I can weld. I don't know how to do, like, how to prepare myself to weld, if that makes any sense. How to set it up, I guess. What's good and what's not good and all that. I don't know. But yeah, so I'll probably end up taking it somewhere, load it up on a trailer to get all that welded up. That's gonna be an expensive purchase. That's gonna be some of the most expensive shit I've bought. Cause you gotta, whenever you buy the K member, you gotta buy the control arms with it, the upper control arms, or lower too, or whichever one, I can't remember what it is. But you gotta buy that with it. You may or may not have to buy the power steering rack, but I don't know, I have to see. Some of them, they vary, but I want to get a good one, make this thing nice, eventually have a cage in it, you know. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened to that video, why it cut off or not, but here we are, new day. I said a lot of shit in that last clip that didn't happen. S10 is still over there. I pushed it over there. We got the Camaro over here. I've been knocking shit out left and right on this thing. So I got the engine cover on it right now because the intake's off. I have rags stuffed down in the heads. But I got the starter bolted up on there. I'm gonna show you all that in a second. I got the battery cables bolted up how they're supposed to be. I bought one of those. It's probably around here somewhere. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, there it is. I bought this bad boy right here, and it does not fit for that transmission. This piece of shit here, not the seal. I'm keeping the seal. I had to get that. I actually need to pull that off. I ordered another dipstick tube. But yeah, I ordered a actual like stock turbo 350 dipstick tube, and they work for the 400 too for later on whenever I do that. Hopefully it's bent right to where I can use it in this car. I saw some people say they couldn't use it in their trucks, but we're gonna try to make that happen. But as you can see, under here, got the starter hooked up. Only thing that needs to go on down here is the transmission lines. I need to get that hooked up, get those made. Which that's, yeah, right up there. So I think I should be able to still tackle those while being under the car. So I'm gonna get that all worked out. Get the engine management system put on here. I gotta look at it, make sure I still have a 12 volt for the starter. But also, I figured something out for the exhaust on this car. I've been looking on Amazon and eBay and everything, looking at these forward-facing headers. Whoops. Looking for these forward-facing headers, and they're fairly cheap or whatever, but a lot of them are forward and up. I want forward and down. So, and if they are forward and down, a lot of times the tubes coming off the exhaust holes, I can't think of the actual name right now, they are in the way of the spark plugs. And I'm assuming, being this being a nitrous car, it's gonna be going through some plugs left and right. But so I did a little bit of research, and a lot of people were saying to use stock manifolds turned around, like off of the trucks or whatever. So this is what we have right now. Stock manifolds. I cut the flanges off of them. I gotta clean those up. And they were saying, well, V-bands to them and get your exhaust and build it how you want it out the front. So that's what we're doing right now. I got this piece of shit here. I'm about to go buy a Milwaukee grinder so I can not be running this thing hot or running the battery out of it. Full battery. Yeah. It was a full battery 20 minutes ago. I used it, put a load on it, and it didn't like that apparently. I was in the middle of cutting that nipple thing off, but I gotta get them all cleaned up, evened out, and everything. And we'll throw those on the front. But the car is coming together. I'm finally like pushing myself a lot harder to come do this shit. So that's what I'm working with right now. Let me see what else. I got new knock sensor seals, and I just put those in there in that valley cover.
but whenever I took it off to put the engine mount plate to hook it up for the engine mounts, engine bolts or whatever, one of the seals was broke. So ordered 2 more of those, got those in today. I'm about to replace that. I can put all that back together now. I got the oil pressure sensor adapter thing, because that one's got like the I don't know, like the 1/2 inch hole. It needs like the 3/8 hole, threaded hole or whatever for the I think it's the Gen 4 oil pressure sensors, because the Gen 3s are like the thicker ones or whatever, because this is a Gen 3 motor. So I got the adapter for that to make that work. I just need to get the sensor for that, bolt the intake back on. I got new intake bolts because the ones that, like the stock ones for the LS1 intake, they were stripped. Not the threads, but like the heads of them, they were stripped for some reason. So, and these are Allen keys. They were made in China, so I don't know. It's gonna be kind of a hassle to do that. I may just put the rest of the ones that aren't stripped in there, and then the ones that are stripped, I'm just gonna replace them with the Allen head ones. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it, but get all that hooked up. It's really wet around here. I was gonna do the fuel system today, but it rained last night, and it's getting cold again. I was gonna plumb all that up. I'm gonna take that fuel cell out of the S10, and actually, while we're here, I want to pop that hatch on the Camaro. Oh, whatever you do, don't purchase the, and I know this is common sense, don't purchase the brake line off of Amazon. Even the good one, the silver one or whatever, like I was trying to say. Yeah, I tried to use, I tried to use that brake line to make that last little piece, and it just keeps, that line is so soft. I don't know, I'm just gonna get some steel stuff, that aluminum shit, not to mention that it was so fucking soft. But yeah, this is just, I don't know why I just wanted to come see it, but that's gonna go in the S10 for sure. I'm gonna put that other one back there because it looks like it'll fit right down in there. I'm gonna pull all this other shit out and stick it down in there. It should be perfect. But here, I'll show you that shit right there. All that crappy fucking brake line. I'm tired of being cheap. That's gonna be another problem too. Maybe not. I'll talk about that in a second as well. But yeah, that brake line, it kept smushing up and bending and not going the right way when I was trying to make a bubble flare. So it just ended up being a piece of shit. But yeah, so I'm gonna start getting the right shit just to do it. I'm gonna redo the whole front brake line just because that copper shit is rusted, which I don't know. That don't make sense to me, that copper is rusting, because usually copper just corrodes, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out my ass, but so yeah, I'm gonna get all that to make the brake lines right. Do all that. Go get the drive shaft made. I got the measurements for that. I need to wait for a good work week to pay for that. Looking at a house right now. It's got a 3-car garage, and that's all I'm worried about. What the inside looks like, I don't know. Fuck it. I'm just worried about the shop. Put all my junk, have somewhere inside to work. My wife found that house this morning, so I'm going to look at it tomorrow. Going to do a showing. But yeah, that should be all for the Camaro. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. The intake. So it's got to have like a returnless system, because that's what the... Ooh, maybe that wasn't. I don't know. I can't remember if I got the... What fuel pump I have. But I know it's a return style, but the intake, the LS1, the fuel rail is not a return style. So I think what I can do is go through the fuel regulator whenever I get that put on there. I think I can do that, but I don't know. I'll have to see. But yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I'm gonna charge that battery up, clean those headers up, order the V-bands for that. That four-wheeler that I had a while back, I don't know if I even videoed that in the last clip, but a guy wanted to trade me. That's what I got now. A little KLX 140 with a big bore kit, so now it's a 170. But yeah, that's something I've been playing around with a little bit. But we should be coming to an end with the car pretty soon. Should be having it all done up and everything. Other than that, really, like, I'm not gonna say anything about the S10 yet, because the dude who had it still hasn't gotten back with me at all, actually, like with any messages or anything. I need a picture of old dude's ID to have it transferred to my name, but I don't know. I have the title, I just don't have it transferred to my name. Like, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, because I guess I can go on the title, look the dude up, try to get a hold of him and get his ID, or get him to meet me and do all that shit. I don't know, but I just wanted to finish up that video. I was gonna make that a separate video, like the first 2 clips that were in this, but it was kind of short, so I wanted to kind of add on to it. And I think there's still a video before this one that I have to upload, or maybe I did upload it, I can't remember. But yeah, that's us on the that's it on the Camaro for right now. Gotta get some stuff ordered, get some stuff made, and then like the radiator, that'll be like the only thing left, honestly, to get it running. And then later on down the road, we'll buy some nitrous for it. So I'll catch y'all guys later.